From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Kent's Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Well, we're still seeing those overcast skies for many of us along the coast here this afternoon. It looks like we are seeing it, of course, out towards Crescent City at the Harbor District here. But, of course, no rain just yet. That will, of course, change here in the next couple of days, maybe even as early as this evening and tonight, maybe a chance for showers along the coast. We'll get into that here in a little bit, but take a look at the valley. Absolutely gorgeous. Lake Oroville, North Forebay, still seeing the clear skies out there. A little bit of a light breeze out there, creating a few ripples in the water, but really all in all, not that bad. Taking a look at Laston Park, the south entrance here, another gorgeous shot here, and looks like the camera is back up out at Trinity Center, but still a little grainy, but still at least kind of gives you a better perspective. This is out at the airport over there. Washed out, but looks like we are seeing a little bit in the way of some sunshine out there. So yeah, it just depends on where you are. Depends on where that sunshine is, where we're seeing some of those clouds. But the temperatures overall are expected to continue to drop here as we go into the next few days with showers, cooler temperatures by the end of the week. Snow levels will drop to as low as 3,000 feet, but I do think on average will probably be closer to 3,500 feet at their lowest, with that unsettled weather pattern kicking in and sticking around most likely through at least the beginning, if not into the middle of next week. So here's the overall setup. We've got this ridge of high pressure that's been in place, and we've been looking at the clear skies since. For most of us, right? Obviously, the coast has been looking at a lot of the low clouds and that fog the last few days, but we are seeing this storm system approach. This is going to be the first storm that actually has a chance at bringing us some wet weather, and not to mention even better chances for some clouds out there. Now, this particular forecast model still wants to bring in, by later this afternoon and evening, a potential for some showers. Now, it's fairly aggressive on the strength, and brings in the potential for maybe even a few isolated thunderstorms in central Shasta and northern Shasta County. Don't quite think that's going to happen. Most of the forecast models are not nearly this aggressive on not only the intensity of the rain, but kind of the overall coverage of it all. But that being said, we're going to have to watch for that potential. Don't be surprised if you're kind of in central northern Shasta County, even parts of Siskiyou County to the south and east, where you may see a stray shower later this evening and even into tonight. Now, as that continues to move northward, that moves on out, right? So eastern Siskiyou County later tonight, maybe seeing some of that activity here. But look at off to the west here towards the coast. We're seeing a chance for some light showers here developing here late tonight and in the early morning hours for your Thursday. But Thursday overall is looking fairly dry. Still a few clouds, mainly west and mainly in the mountains, and not to mention along the coast here, but looking at, again, plenty of sunshine here for the valley through the day on Thursday. It's Friday. That's the main event. There's the cold front coming through. Now, at this point, we're beginning to see heavier rainfall, gusty winds, maybe even a chance for a few thunderstorms. We do have snow in the mountains, but you have to go up pretty high, around 5,000 to 6,000 feet. So Scott Mountain on Highway 3, yeah, I think maybe looking at that potential for some snow on Highway 3 there at the highest elevation. But by around 9 a.m., we're beginning to see that rain move into the valley, getting a little gusty, a little heavy at times, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm in the mix there as well. Then we go into the noon hour. Now we're seeing that main band of rain is right smack dab in the center of Northern California. So we're starting to see things begin to taper off a bit to the west, and we're just beginning to see some of that rain hitting the eastern mountains. Now through the afternoon on Friday, we're seeing the mountains getting caught up in some of that, still around 5,000 to 6,000 foot snow elevation, and scattered showers, maybe some thunderstorms here for the valley, and not to mention for the north coast. And then, of course, more coming in for the weekend, which we'll get into that here in a second. Decent rainfall amounts. I think about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch on average for most of us in the valley. That will probably be the case here for the coast as well, with much less amounts of rainfall once all is said and done by the time we go through the day on Friday. Now again, that's not going to include what we'll see Saturday, Sunday, and even into early parts of next week. But as we look at the long range, there's the storm system. Colder air moving in behind it. Now we're seeing lower snow levels by Saturday, maybe down to about 3,500 feet and locally lower. But there you can see the showers here for the valley and the coast. Then we go into Sunday. Now I think the first part of the day on Sunday is the best chance for showers, and by Sunday afternoon it may begin to kind of break apart before another round of showers comes in Monday. And then behind that, we've got another round coming in on Tuesday, and not to mention another one behind that that could impact us on Wednesday of next week. So you get the idea. We've got this parade of storms through next week that is going to give us that chance for showers at least through the middle of next week, and then toward the end of next week, around Thursday, Friday, it may start to dry out. Now, obviously, we're looking a long way out. So the timing, the intensity, it's all going to change here as we go into next week. But I just wanted to illustrate the fact that we do have chances for rain for quite some time here going into next week. The footprint shows that most of the rain will be in Del Norte County and along the coast, not to mention in northern Shasta County, and then elsewhere to the north and east of that, not quite as much. This is through next Tuesday. So we could see upwards of 1 to 2 inches for some of us in the valley once all is said and done through Tuesday, and looking at more than that heading along the coast and especially into Del Norte County. All right, so for the rest of the day today, around Redding, westward, northward, seeing a chance for some showers. This general area right here, seeing that chance for showers late in the day today. Could it be a thunderstorm? Not entirely out of the question, but for now, just keeping it in the form of some passing showers. Otherwise, dry for the rest of us. Temperatures in the low 70s in the valley, 60s for most of the higher elevations. We're talking upper 60s, low 70s, Trinity County. Inland areas around 70, and in the mid to upper 50s out along the coast. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day outlook region by region. We start off with the valley, and again, mainly dry today and tomorrow, and then going into Friday, that's when the rain kicks in, off and on all the way through Tuesday, if not into Wednesday of next week. Your 7-day outlook for the coast, also dry conditions for the most part, minus tonight, maybe a chance for a few sprinkles or light showers, and then dry for most of the day on Thursday, with more rain coming in on Friday. And your 7-day outlook for Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and the Eastern Mountains, you can see mainly dry conditions again, maybe late this afternoon and evening around Mount Shasta, seeing a chance for some of those showers, otherwise dry for Alturas and Susanville today, not to mention Thursday, and then that rain kicks in starting Friday.